Live trade warriors. Markets live. Charts up. Lock in. Live trade warriors. Lights on, charts lit. Hands on the keys, yeah, we don't miss. Risk on lock. Every move calculated. Crypto live. Volatility activated. Live trade warriors. Trades tight, no fear. Red or green, yeah, we stay right here. From the rain to the charts, we educate. This ain't luck. Discipline decide the fate. J Chain steps in the market like a fighter. Fan bike sweat still sharp when it's choppy. Found a mindset, aging with discipline. Execution first, hype is irrelevant. Build double 3 BC on chain media. Markets violent, move with composure. Supply shock thesis, Bitcoin ignition. Macro meets conviction, long-term vision. Jabs in the range, dodging fake breakouts. Wrist tight, patience, wait for the setup. Institution lurking, structure turning bullish. I don't chase moves, I let the data pull it. Live trade warriors, lights on, charts lit. Hands on the keys, yeah, we don't miss. Risk on lock, every move calculated. Crypto live, volatility activated. Modern Canadian, charts after dark. Blue collar roots, but I trade with intent. Small time frames, hunt with precision. Probabilities first, never trade emotion. Patterns repeat, if you learn how to see. Head and shoulders break down reality. Risk on lock, every entry defined. I don't chase candles, I wait for my time. Scalping the noise, stay calm in the storm. Discipline built while the pressure is on. From the garage grind to the market pace. Education, execution, that's how we scale. Slow it down, read the tape. Levels top, for price breaks. Risk defined, size correct. Entries clean, no regrets. We don't guess, we react. Process first, profit stack. Wednesday night, this is where we trade. Charts, markets, lessons getting made. From discipline to execution shown. This is crypto. Welcome home. Live trade warriors, lock in, stay tight. Live trades, real talk, every fight. No hype, no illusions to sell. Just probabilities. Live trade warriors, lock in, stay tight. Live trades, real talk, every fight. No hype, no illusions to sell. Just probabilities.
Yo, welcome to episode 2 of Live Trade Warriors. I'm here with the legendary J Chains. What's going on, my guy? What's up?
Guy, what is up? Chilling, man. You know, doing well. Excited about this new week. I think the market's got some excitement. The world's maybe a little uneasy. Might be some crazy volatility. Who knows? You this morning, you had said some things, and I feel like it kind of ended up going that way. If you look at the hourly at 97, pretty much topped us out. We've been going down ever since, looking to see what the next moves are. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Yeah. So that hourly, we can see could be rolling over or consolidating again. I use the 200 and the 21-day moving average, which is your smooth moving average, which the white line and that yellow line there. And price loves to come back to that 21 all the damn time. So we're kind of there now on the hourly. So it's either we bounce here or we lose the 21-day moving average and we come back lower. I could see a potential, like I was saying to you earlier, a little head and shoulders maybe, and we can come down, or we can just pump, right? Because the 4 hour is hot, like so overheated right now with the RSI up here in the stochastic, right? But that target of that 1 hour when I talked about on the show this morning was 99. So
99. Okay.
Could have one more blast up to 99, 100K. I'll be honest with you. I think 100K is coming before we go back to see like 90K. Like,
oh yeah,
maybe we come retouch 94, bounce off it, flip it at support, and then off we go, right? And that's so healthy. That would be ideal. Or even we just come back to that 4 hour. Well, actually, that lines up with the 4 hour 21-day moving average is 94,304. So a couple more candles from here. Like if we, I like to like draw a line with it to see like maybe where we could intersect,
Mhm.
and it could be somewhere around 95. We can even hit like consolidate above 94 at 95, bounce off it, and then that should reset the RSI a little bit in the stochastic. What do you think, bro?
Well, I know a lot of people would love to see, including myself, love to see 100K happen first. So,
Yeah, I'm leaning that way more. Now that we got above 94 and like with real velocity, I'm more adamant. I'm not sure. We knocked it. You know how it is. We knock at like resistance levels. The more often we hit it, the more likely we're to break through it. So, and that's exactly what happened. If we go to the daily, you see how many times we hit 94.
you like ping pong?
Oh yeah, a bunch. So 94 would have been, yeah, it was about three times. And we
Okay.
came right through it. And now we really made it. So like the
4
idea
times the charm, baby.
that's it, man. For crypto, like they want to get as much liquidity out of you as possible, right?
Right.
So the idea here would be to like, kind of come back down and potentially bounce. Or we can just keep going. Like the daily stochastic RSI and the RSI, they both have room to go, right? MACD's still green, not lose, doesn't look like it's losing strength yet, so could very well have room to go. The target of this Adam and Eve double bottom was, I think, 102, if I wasn't mistaken. I think what you would do is you would take the length of this pole right here, and then that basically gets you to. No, that's too much. 115 is not going to happen. I think we take from the neckline from here. Yeah, that makes more sense. And that brings you to 104. So that daily 200-day moving average is kind of my next target. If we get above this, bull market's back on, baby. New all-time highs. Here we go.
Let's go. There it is.
And I think we're making our way towards it. So what I could say, like if you're a bull and you believe the bull market's back on, you're going to see this. You're probably going to see the price make its way up to 21 or 200-day, lose it, and then make a flag or something like that, and then go through it.
Like, so what do you think the catalyst is going to be? I mean, there's obviously things outside of, at this point, the 4-year cycles control, if there's, a potential conflicts in the world, like, that should play kind of I would say a big role in changing the trajectory of crypto.
Oh yeah, like especially
Although, I say that, and let's talk about like what happened in Iran, right?
yeah, exactly.
Where they shut down the internet. There was you virtually there's no capacity to swap your money into Bitcoin.
Actually, actually, it's funny. I watched something from actually Randy, not Miss Teen Crypto anymore. She's Randy Hipper. She was saying that they were using Bluetooth. So because they shut off the internet, because I think Jack Dorsey made what's it called? Something chat. But it's I don't know if it's called Bitcoin chat, but it's a Bluetooth. It's an app where you can just send transactions with Bitcoin via Bluetooth. So in countries like like Iran, where they turn off the internet, you can transact Bitcoin through Bluetooth, and then when the internet comes back on, eventually, that's when you'll settle up on the blockchain. It's almost like like having a separate ledger, and then you just settle up the blockchain afterwards, right? And then everybody has their
BitChat.
balances updated. BitChat, that's what it's called exactly. So that's kind of the reason why he made it. And just one thing I noticed, like countries that have really bad governments or really bad currency, Bitcoin adoption is a heck of a lot more prevalent there, because we're lucky in North America, like our Canada and the US, the currencies are still pretty good in comparison to other countries in the world, right? So it's we're kind of
For now.
spoiled. Oh,
For
that's
now.
the thing. It hasn't gotten bad enough for people to really seek something else yet, right? Like I use the same analogy for like Web3 games. Gamers want to just play a game and have fun. They don't really are not necessarily thinking, oh, I'm glad I own this skin in the game. Like they don't really care, but because nothing bad has happened to them yet, where they spend all this money in the game and the game goes, oh, sorry, your skins, everything's gone, right? So that's kind of where I use the same analogy, because we haven't had it as bad yet, like really bad, like the other countries. We've had recessions and stuff like that here, but we haven't had our currency collapse like Iran or Greece or Venezuela, right?
Oh man, could you even just imagine? Could you just imagine, like, if and thank goodness, we're in crypto and we have some holdings and stuff, and that you would be fine. But could you just imagine, like, if your currency were to collapse to zero? I just
Yeah. Even like look at
like,
like
how do
when
you eat? How do you eat? You know?
it's crazy. That's why I'm so glad to be in crypto because it's so easy. Like standing in a bank after using crypto for so long is like, what am I doing? Like sitting in line waiting for a teller. Like, bro, like this is so archaic. I feel like
Yeah,
I'm in a museum. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, yeah, think of like Russia and Ukraine. When Russia invaded Ukraine initially, a bunch of Ukrainians were making their way to the Polish border. They were getting mugged and losing all their possessions because like you just got to pick up what you can and go, right?
right,
And if you had gold, you probably got mugged, right? Because but if you had a
right.
seed phrase in your head, nobody knows what you have. You walk across that border with ripped jeans and whatever, but who knows? You could be a multimillionaire, right?
You got your cold storage wallet.
Dude, that's what it's all about, man. The cold
You
storage
got your you
wallets,
got your Tangent wallet sitting in your wallet.
they've gotten so good over the years. I still go back to like when I first got into crypto and like how hard it was to get crypto and like wallets and having to use the centralized exchanges and how easy a cold storage wallet is now. Because even like the Tangent card, you just tap. And I think we were at the Futures conference. They have Tangent Pay now, so you can pay directly from your cold wallet, which is what I've been actually waiting for a very long time because I never. I'm moving to like this bull cycle. I've been more on cold storage. Like I've like not. I'm using DeFi more. I'm keeping cold storage. I am not after FTX, man. I am not using centralized exchanges unless I need to, mostly for on and off ramps. If I need to go back to Canadian dollar, then I'll
Yeah.
do that. But like with my I have an Avalanche card, I can just throw some stable coin on there and go spend. That's what I did when I was in New York. That's what I used.
Speaking of Avalanche, we're live on the arena tonight, right?
We are live on the arena, and we have Crypto Avax in the chat and Mr. Jackie. What's going on? Welcome to the stream, homies.
What's up? What's up?
But yeah, man, it's an interesting time, and God, stable coins are gonna be like this. I still think the tsunami that comes into the market with mass adoption. Again, we're building the infrastructure right now. We're like you were talking about the other day, Bank of America, right? Bank of America getting in and allowing crypto to be used, like that's huge.
I got Mike Vollmer said he was going to get a Tangent wallet. I'm going to put in the chat. Make sure you use code JChains. It'll save you 10%. It'll save you 10%.
Yeah, I love the idea. The ring is pretty neat. I'd probably stick with a card though. I like the idea of having like that's a good fucking question, dude. I got married and I haven't worn my wedding ring since like I got married because I'm a mechanic. I have to take it off all the time. So I'm just like I can't do the taking off and putting it back on all the time. So
So what's funny is I have like my similar situation, right? I have a very nice wedding ring that's like it's a palladium and rose gold. It's a cool thing. And I stopped wearing it and started wearing a silicone ring because of like a lot of working out, and I'm really like rough with my hands, and especially with the boxing and all that stuff. And so I wore the silicone thing for a while, and then I got this the cutest ring, cutest ring, whatever. Now I wear this thing, but I got to be super fucking careful of it because it's got like glass or something.
oh shit,
Like
yeah.
I was like, we were like in the hot tub at the gym outside the other day, and like I felt, I was like, oh god, I'm gonna like crack it on like the rough surface of the hot tub. Like it's
Yeah.
not. I don't think that's not for me. I got to figure out what's the Tangent wallet, the Tangent ring.
See what it's made of. Yeah.
There's zirconia ceramic. So
Ceramic. Well, ceramic's pretty good. So like I don't think a hot tub will affect that. Ceramic can handle a heck of a lot of heat.
like this thing's wild. Like it's got like sensors. Sometimes like in the middle of the night, like I wake up and my hand will move and like it's like green and glowing like an alien, like on the wall and everything.
He's been probed.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the cold storage wallets are sick. I like the cards, man. I got I use like I've been messing around with Elipol actually with their card. I got a nice Bitcoin one. It has Bitcoin on. It's orange.
Nice.
So yeah, man, I'm becoming more of a Bitcoin maxi these days. Until we see an altcoin season, maybe altcoin season will change it
Ooh.
and save me here. But we'll have to see if that happens. But I'll tell you, as Bitcoin consolidates here, I'll be looking at altcoins because when you just want Bitcoin to go sideways for altcoins to be pretty nice. And I think we've had some nice pumps. I want to take a look at Solana actually.
That's good. I mean, like,
All right, let's look at the
Curtis
1
in the
hour.
building. What's up, Curtis?
Yo, hey to the mics. What's up?
Hey.
There's a lot of mics here, a lot of good mics. Good name. I like it. All right, so Solana, let's go from the daily and work our way down. Pretty good. Same kind of the same idea as Bitcoin, like a double bottom pattern, right? Around the bottom, you had a nice pump up, came back to the 21, pumping up again. Do we come back to the 21? Possibly. As long as we pull the 21 up in price action, that's good. That's a good uptrend. And there's your daily 200-day moving average at $172. So that's we're making our way up there. And I honestly don't see a world where we don't go there at this point, right? Because your Adam and Eve double bottom pattern would have been your neckline right here.
Mm-hmm.
Your measured move would be probably like this. And that's it, 175. So that brings you right up to that 200-day moving average. So
And then we push back up over 200. Let's go. Let's
we could
go.
have new again, like when we start getting above that daily 200-day moving averages, it's bull season. Because when you that's my I've always said that's my line in the sand for a bear or bull market. Because I'm gonna go on the weekly just to zoom out a little bit more because it doesn't happen that often. Oh, sorry, not the weekly. I should stay on the daily if I want to show you that. Yeah, so it doesn't happen very often where we go below it, right?
Uh-huh. Which is what, the orange or the yellow?
The yellow line. So you look at October of 2023, we price action came up. Let me zoom in so you can see here. So price action came up. We came back to retest the 21. Then that was blast off. That was it. And then we didn't go back below it until August of 2024. And then we went back above it in October. And then that was it. And here we are now. So it takes a long time. So if we get above that 200-day moving average for any coin, whether it be Bitcoin or altcoins, that's not something to the fade, right? You wanna make sure you're in a position for that. And that's why I went heavy on that daily trade because I was like, I gotta get in on this, right? Like I gotta hold the trade. Like the strategy I do when the 21 crosses the 200, that's more of
Mhm.
like a scalping strategy, like to get a good entry with your lowest risk. That's like what I do for like scalps. But like when you see double bottoms like this on the bigger time frames, that's a good one. So
This
that's what
is
I'm.
what, the daily?
Yeah, this is the daily for Solana. So again, 175 is in the cards, and then probably in the next couple weeks. And let's go down to the 4 hour. See what the 4 hour looks like. Again, we have a cross of the 200-day moving average right here. So 21 crossed. Price moved up, came back down to the 21. That would have been your entry, and your stop loss would have been below the 200-day moving average. And then you just ride that puppy up. And then what you can do if you're scalping, this is
Uh-huh.
what I like to do, is as we have pump ups, I bring my stop loss here. Then I would put it here. I'd wait for this to make another leg up. And if it goes up from here, I put my stop loss here. And then you're moving it out. It's like a trailing stop loss. And that way
Oh.
you can guarantee profits, or at the very least bring it up to break even as soon as you have some nice price action. Then you can't lose the trade. You're not emotional anymore. Yo, what's going on, Annabelle? Luca, what's up?
What is up, fam? Shout out to
But
Luca.
yeah, Solana looks pretty good. We're starting an uptrend, right? It even almost kind of looks like a cup and handle, right? Like you can kind of see a little bit of a cup and maybe the handle starting right here, right? And that measured move, if we're talking about cup and handles, 158, 157.
Come on, get going. Get going, Solana, slow Lana,
Slow Lana. For
slow
slow
Lana.
Cardano. What happened to Cardano, bro?
Oh man,
I had such high hopes for
let's
Cardano.
just take a look for the Cardano people. Let's just take a look. Annabelle said, "What indicators do you use? 200 VWAP. I use the VWAP. I use the leapfrog indicator. I use the VWAP, and then a couple other things. But the VWAP indicator is the one that I use the most. Mike
Yeah.
uses the 21 day, right?
So I'm using the stochastic RSI, the RSI, and then I have my moving average ribbon. So mostly I use the yellow line, which is the 200-day moving average, and the white line, which is your smooth moving average, which is usually the 21. So that's what I usually use, and then I'll have the VPVR right here just to show where key points of liquidity are, because that's kind of where price action. And I use them all together to try to figure out, am I more likely to win a trade or not, right? Like if I'm getting in a trade and the stochastic and RSI are overheated, I'm more likely to lose that trade than to win it, right? Cardano, let's see. Let's say a prayer for Cardano. See, this doesn't even look that nice. This looks like cat ears, right? Double top pattern. Looks like a cat, right?
Yeah.
And then
Frady cat. It's Cardano, the Frady cat.
oof, that's nasty. I'm not gonna lie, that looks like shit. Yeah, that could probably come down to, geez, probably like revisit here. Yeah, that makes sense because that's kind of a big liquidity level. So back down to 39 cents. Wow, very upsetting. I bought a bunch of Cardano in the bear market at like 26 cents. And it was really sad that it went up to $1.18, and I should have taken my profits there, but I'm like, it's gonna go to at least it's $3. Like, come on, like it's gotta go to $3.
At least.
And very disappointing. I had to sell it so I didn't lose any like I had to protect my capital, so I didn't want
I
to
think
take any
like
losses on it.
one of the things that was like the beginning, not the beginning of the end. It was probably closer like to the end. It was like the first public thing. And correct me if I'm wrong, you guys in the chat, if this isn't correct, but I'm pretty sure that Charles decided to take a lot of the Cardano that was in the treasury and swap it into Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I had such a great narrative because he was working with Bitcoin, he was getting on that Bitcoin train right at the right time, and yeah, it did not work out. But who knows? Like, when back in 2021, when Solana went down to like, didn't it go down like $2 or something like that? I'm like, I'm not touching that fucking thing. And look at
Let's zoom this sucker out. Let's throw it on the daily or the weekly.
All right, let's take a look. Solana went down really bad after like the whole fallout with FTX.
Wait, Solana are you talking about Solana or Cardano?
No, Solana.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure in the bear market went down to like,
Yeah, it went down to like $80 or $8.
2023. So yeah, no, it would have been, the low would have been like $7.
Oh shit, 706. Yeah.
So like, yeah, like I was like, I'm not touching this because it was so risky to get into it after what happened, right? And it went up, right? And it had a new all-time high, I believe, this cycle, right? Yes, it did.
Just barely.
Just barely. So could Cardano have a wind up? I don't know. Like I'm not saying any altcoin is having an all-time high until Bitcoin does. Bitcoin's got to have an all-time high first before I can say any altcoin is going to have a new all-time high.
I mean, when you look at it, actually, like this far out, I know that it broke its structure, right? It broke like that multi-year trend that it was in, but it's not way down.
Yeah, even if you just like,
there you go. There you go.
A huge pattern here, like a huge pattern. This is like a multi-year pattern. Does this just not look like a bull flag to you?
I would be bullish on this. Come on, get the fuck out of here.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, it looks like a big bull flag. Mike, who knows how long this could take? This could take up to like, what? Well, that's 2027. I don't know. It doesn't even go this far, but like, Hey, man, I just
Can you
call it as I
imagine
see it.
$100,000 Solana?
Hey,
You heard
man,
it here first.
just remember the stable coins, right? What are the three biggest stable coins? Like Tron, I think you said is one of the biggest stable coin movers,
Let's
right?
see if we can find
Solana,
that.
ETH, Avalanche.
Let's go to
Can you imagine 129,000 Solana? Holy shit. There'd be a lot of rich Solana girls out there. Let's see here. So Solana, let's go down to the 4 hour again. But yeah, everything looks good. Like the 4 hour just crossed that 200-day moving average. Just looks so good. That's a good trade. Like you get in, it gets the cross, you come back to the 21, you enter here, stop loss below here, and you just ride it up. But again, we're getting kind of overheated because of this big pumps that we've had the last little while. These RSIs and stochastics are getting high. Eventually, they're going to have to come back down. The hourly looks pretty good for Solana. Like low still got room to go down still, but like it's going to start to curve. The RSI is getting back to that neutral line. I don't know. I kind of feel like the rest of the week just could even just be a cool down. We've been pumping since last weekend essentially, and we're getting tomorrow's Thursday, so we're getting to the slower times of the day. I find the best trading time is like Monday to Wednesday between 7 a.m. and like noon, at least for scalping.
it's like right when the market's open, there seemed to be a lot of activity. There was the
What happened today?
right? Like today or yesterday, Tuesday morning. I feel like I was ready and then I got distracted like right at 9:30, and then by that point Bitcoin had done a nice little rip.
If there's anything you want to share, feel free to share your screen. Don't hesitate to let me know.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
you keep going. You're good. I probably have some things I could pull up.
What does the chat want to see? What does the chat want to see me break down anything or look at any coin in particular?
Yo, yeah, that's a great call. Yeah, if you guys are in the chat, drop some coins you want to see some charting on.
Do
Let's take a
anything
look
that
at
you want
ETH.
to see? ETH?
Take a look at ETH.
ETH feels pretty good, man. ETH felt pretty strong like with Bitcoin. It didn't really want to lose that 3,100. It's been holding 3,000, 3,100 pretty well. Again, still worried about that head and shoulders here, right? So that's kind of what I'm watching for now. So cautiously optimistic. We have, again, we're on the hourly time frame here. So stochastic coming down, MACD flipping bearish. Again, consolidation looks like a falling wedge right now. So as long as it's a falling wedge and not the start of a downtrend. So if this is a falling wedge, we're looking at oopsies. You could probably even just take this right here like that, and then back up to 3,400, which would be retesting that high right here. Or again, that you don't make the measured move. The measured move doesn't happen. The falling wedge, again, falling wedges break to the upside, I believe 68% of the time. So most likely price can kind of do something like this, come back up, break out, roll over, and now you have your right shoulder. That's where I'm leaning more likely, in my opinion. I think that's what we might see. So again, we might have a little bit of a dumpski come maybe tomorrow or Friday just to bring these prices back down, cool off, reestablish new bottoms, and then maybe next week we start pumping. Or Sunday. For some reason, Sunday nights tend to be the day of the pump. I don't know what it is about Sundays. I just funny like. I was even thinking about just taking a trade last Sunday, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to
Like
do
if
it.
you put it in a short.
I was with the family and all that, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. And it pumped. I'm like, fuck, god damn it. I swear to God, every time I'm like, I'm not gonna trade today, or I'm not gonna take this trade.
And
It's like,
then
oh
boom,
yeah, I'll
the
show
market goes
you.
nutty.
Yeah, it pumps. But yeah, and I've said this many times before. When you can draw a circle around the moving averages like this, when they start to get that spread out,
Yeah.
you're probably close to a top. You see it here, you see it here, right? And the same thing on the bottom. When it goes down, same idea. When you draw a circle around the bottom, kind of goes
Yeah.
up. It's not like a true science, but like you can back test it. You just go in the charts and look, and you can see
You
every
can
time
see
the
it's
moving average to you got to start keeping in the back of your head. Shit, we might be close to a top, so like keep my risk, intact here. Keep your risk low when you start getting this far apart. We got to consolidate, right? And we can consolidate all the way back to the 200-day moving average, and then bounce off it, and then off we go, right? Because moving like the real good move happens when the moving averages get tight. When they get tight and my model flashes, that's where you get this huge rip. Like the model here is again, the 21 crossed the 200. You had price move up, right? You came back to the 21. 21 came close to price action, and then even if you just got in here, you would have got this huge candle right here. You would have
yeah,
got this huge candle, like 5%
five and a
move,
half
but
percent.
with leverage, you would have been even higher, right? So that's if you're gonna scalp, find a time frame that's bullish, and then work and find the entry on the 1 minute. This is actually what I wanted to talk about today. Is like how I did some of my trades today and how I've been beating this bush over and over and over talking about this how I do these trades. So let's look at it was this morning when I started getting in those trades. So it would have been today's what, the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find the day here, the 14th. So this morning. So you would have gotten, let me go to Bitcoin actually, because this is where I was trading today. Where is the 14th? There we go.
Right there in the middle.
Early this morning.
We got flat until
3,
fucking 9 o'clock in the morning.
7,
Then it started
6
ripping.
a.m. There we go. So I took 2 trades and I lost a couple trades first. So these is where I got. The model flashed. It came back to 21. I got in, stop loss below the 200-day moving average. Came back down, got stopped out. Same idea. Happened again. Got in, back to the 21, got stopped out. And then it happened the third time. The third time it happened, I got this entire move. So that's why like risk management comes in. Like I keep tight stop losses,
Mm-hmm.
but you catch the move. You got to win. Like I think they say you got to win like 3 out of 10 of these. But if you have proper risk management, you're fine, right? But that's the trick. It's just the 1 minute. You find your entry on the 1 minute. When let me just get in real close here so you can see. You get in on the 1 minute with the white line crosses here. You're gonna have price come up, and you gotta when it makes a flag above the 200. That's when you want to get in. It makes a flag like this. It consolidates down and then back up and down, back up, down, back up. Right. So like a great entry would have been here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you missed it, then you wait for it to consolidate. And as I'm watching the stochastic RSI. Like if I'm entering this trade, the stochastic RSI is higher. So I'm likely to lose it and it did come down. This actually would have been the best entry because it's like stochastic came down.
Second time. You're saying the second time that it came around?
Yeah. So right here would have been even better. Like you could have kept this and kept your stop loss down here or below the 200-day moving average, right? This is where I got in because I thought we were going to go up and we came over, but I put my stop loss right here because this is kind of the swing of the trade, right? The swing of the momentum. So I kept my stop loss here, but it was a riskier trade because ideally you want to get as close as to this 21 as possible because then you're only risking like a couple bucks to get, and you can go heavier on your position size because your stop loss is so tight. So you can put your position size up huge. So if you do get this move, you can make hundreds of dollars or whatever, depending on how big your position size is. But your risk is low still, regardless, right? You just take a stab at it. If you lose, you lose, right? But yeah, so the best entry would have been here because the stochastic was low and curving up, and same thing with the RSI curving up. And then you just follow it. You just follow that move, and your stop loss is down here, and you just follow it. And then again, you decide how much profit. I can't tell you this is a problem of a trader's when the hell you take profits, right? Like I struggle with that. Everybody struggles with that. It's like when you take profits because like you see it coming down. Oh my god, we're losing it. I'm gonna take profits, right? So
it's always like, yeah, I think it's like the same answer always. Like when you go to take a screenshot, when you go to take a picture of your portfolio of your trade to go post it in the group, just like, all right, man, kill that thing, shut it down. Like you're good.
You're gonna drive yourself nuts if you're watching the 1 minute chart. Like get the entry in the 1 minute chart, and then as it starts like taking off, move down the time frame. So now then I would go to the to the 5 minute, right? So now you go to the 5 minute chart, and then I would just get in on flags. Like even if you miss your that entry on the 1 minute, get in on the 5 minute when the 5 minute crosses. And the higher the time frame, the more likely you are to succeed. The higher the time frame, the more likely the move is going to be sustained. And that's exactly what we happened here, right? We came up. If you missed all those 1 minute time frames, you could have got in right here, which was that big dip. That secondary entry that I showed you would actually have been the best entry, because you got a beautiful swing low right here, right? This candle comes all the way down. You got 2 candles above it, and that's a reversal of the trend. And if you got in on the 5 minute, it would have been actually your best trade with the lowest risk, and put your stop loss below the 5 minute 200-day moving average, or even down here, right? And you could have got this nice
Ride
move.
that thing to Valhalla, baby.
That's it. And you don't even need much. Like if you're using leverage, like you don't even need like the whole trade. You could have got in here and you could have got out like right here. Right? You don't this move is good. Depending on your position size, like that's a good move, and you just set up the next one. But I've noticed this happens like in the mornings, like 6, 7 in the morning. God, I said 6, 7. My God, my kid might be going. She's rolling in her bed right now, hearing me say 6, 7. Yeah, right. So like when you have this model on the 5 minute, like it's just ride it up. That's the scalping strategy. It works best in the morning when there's high liquidity. And again, you can feel like the more you're in the charts, like I don't know if it's like for you, the more I stare at the charts, the more I start to see things unfold, and I kind of get a feel of what the market feels like. You know what I mean? Like today felt like we were bullish. Like we went when I saw the 21 like blast through on the 1 minute, I'm like, oh, this is a real pump. This is not just like a fake out, right? And you kind of the more you're in the chart, you feel it.
Yeah, you stare at these charts all day long.
It can consume you, honestly, because like when I'm in it, like especially like I had a like was last week I had the day off, and I was in the charts all day. I'm like I was trying to make like let's see if I could replace my daily salary in trading. Didn't happen, but I was in the charts all day. But I just like boom bull flag. I won like 8 out of 8 trades. I won 5 that day, and I'm like holy shit, that's the most trades in a row I've ever won in one single like session. But it's just the more you're in the charts, the more opportunity you're going to see. It's as simple as that.
That's a fact. And like you, I mean, for the most part, I didn't know you're looking at other charts and stuff, and we're that's a lot of fun. But for the most part, like you're only trading Bitcoin. So once you lock into like a singular chart, like
Yeah,
you start to see different things versus when you're
right,
just
man.
skimming through different charts. You don't have the time to see the consistency of what's happening.
Absolutely. I just you know what it is. I found my edges on Bitcoin. Like
Yeah.
when I put
Well,
out a
and
bull flag.
it usually moves first anyway.
Yeah. Like I don't think like trading altcoins right now is the play, just because like don't get me wrong, they're gonna go up with Bitcoin, but they're so spiky right now, they're not like ready to stand on their own 2 feet. You know what I mean? Like when Bitcoin dominance goes down and it's like the rotation into alts feel strong. That's kind of where I was talking about like Ethereum. Like Ethereum felt strong because even when Bitcoin dipped, like Ethereum did not want to lose that 3,100 price level. It felt like it was strong compared to everything else. And then I believe there's that what is it, total, what's the chart for like all the altcoins? Is it total 3?
Total 3.
Like I believe we're at like on the big time frames, we're on a bottom of a big potential bounce. Like we're bouncing off a big channel. Yeah, so
Look, it's like, yeah, you see that thing exactly what you're talking the other way, right? Like all of those averages started to spread out, and then you see it start to climb up.
So yeah, you have the bounce off the falling wedge. I think it was on the weekly. I saw somebody else post the charts. I don't know. I think it looks better on the I like it better on the daily. Falling wedge, right? And we just started to break out, right? We broke out. We had the retest of the 21, and now we're potentially gonna pump up. Or is this a double top and we just kind of roll over again, right? Could be could be an M pattern, right? That's the thing about trading. That's really like the one thing I've learned throughout like this past year of trading is Like you have to be able to change your way of thinking. Like I'm like, oh, falling wedge breaking to the upside, but I'm like, shit, like this could be a double top. Like I'm thinking of all the possibilities at the same time, like
Mm.
as we go, because you can't marry a direction in the chart because you'll get rocked. And I have been rocked by all that. Like back in what November and December of 2024 when everything was hot, I'm like, we're going up, we're going up. I got married to being a bull, where now I look at everything objectively, like, and try to argue my way out of, like, if I think, okay, are we going bullish? Okay, what's the bearish scenario here? Like, can I argue my way out of this bull scenario? And that's what you got. It's what you got to look at. You have to be very, very flexible. That's why trade is hard because you're fighting that internal voice in your head, like the emotion.
I mean, obviously, so like you can set a stop loss to a certain percent, right? But like, at
Oh
what
yeah.
point do you think you like? You said don't get married to your idea, don't get married to the trend or whatever.
Mhm.
Like at what are like some best practices to make sure that you don't, or that you can pivot? Like how do you realize like
Mhm.
you're in the wrong thing? Like if you're making deals with yourself to get back into like a trade or
I have been the best thing that I've adopted was just like removing emotion and just trusting the system that I've learned, right? The system that I've learned and the indicators and all that, and just it's not just one indicator, it's everything together comes to form my thought, right? Like, so I'll look at a trade, I'll see is the stochastic low. It's like a checklist.
right?
If
Okay.
the stochastic is low, I believe the trade, we're making a bullish pattern, for example. We're making a bullish pattern. Yes. Are we in an uptrend? Yes, no, whatever. Gotta ask myself that. What does the stochastics look like? What does the MACD look like? Do they all are they all pointing to the same thing?
Is that
What if
thing in a cup and handle?
right here, like this part?
Yeah.
Possibly. We could
What is this?
have
Oh,
we could
oh.
have a cup and handle right here. And that's the thing. Like I just showed you a cup and handle. It could have been a double top. It could be an M pattern, right? Like that's the thing. Like it's all trading is all probabilities, right? So definitely cup and handle. And if we had the cup and handle, like we take the measured move right here, boop, and then we go up to 936 on total three. That's total three.
Right.
So very, very well possible. Like this could just be this could even just been a flag, right? Just a
You s
flag back to the 21, and we're gonna pump, right? And the pump would, if this is just a normal flag, when you start an uptrend, you come back to the 21.
But this is altcoin season. Like, if this pumps, this is altcoin season.
Yeah, if this pumps, like you're going back to that daily 200-day moving average, and like things are gonna get so hot. Like the market's back, crypto Twitter's gonna be bumping. It's gonna be fun.
Ooh, people are gonna be excited, man.
That's what I'm starting to get excited because that 94 was the first step, and
Uh-huh.
we're staying above 94, which is huge. We're at 96. Like we didn't even come back down to 95. We're staying above 95. As long as we're above 94 and we can consolidate, whether it takes a week, 2 weeks, whatever, and we go into February. February is gearing up. Like if the rest of this month just kind of cools off, which will allow all the indicators to reset, the RSI, stochastic, all that will reset. You're primed for a nice February. Or we go the next week or so, we reset and then come to FOMC meeting in the 27th, 28th. Could start a rally to the upside again. We could continue, right?
Uh-huh.
That's my
Oh,
mental process. That's kind of what I'm thinking about, but it's not one single thing that I look at.
yeah. Are there any I mean, obviously, the potential stuff with Iran. Are there any numbers due? When's the next Fed meeting?
The Fed meeting is the 27th, 28th of January. I believe the same time, like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m., whatever they do it. So that's the but again, like it's gonna be a nothing burger because I believe there's no rate cuts. I think it's like 90% chance of no rate cuts.
Okay.
I'm not sure. If you want to pull that up, you can pull it up and then
Yeah,
we'll
let me
take
pull
a look
up
at.
the Fed watch.
But yeah, so that's probably, I would assume, a nothing burger unless they have a surprise in the market, right? They have a surprise in the market. They do a surprise cut, and then God, things would just go crazy. And then with the Iran, I honestly I feel like the Iran situation is going to be kind of a nothing burger, at least with like the U.S. doing anything huge, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
All right.
you're right. 95.
95%. That's like no cut, right?
Right.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, for now.
Yeah.
We can see this thing. We can talk about this over the next couple days, maybe as in the breakfast show, and then definitely next week because if this thing is not until what you said the 28th, right? Yeah, 28th.
Yeah, we got
So
like
we'll
2 weeks.
have another show. So we'll check it again.
Yeah. Hey, if you're a betting man, take that 5% on the poly market.
Is that what it is?
Can you bet
Oh,
on can you bet on BC.Game actually for this kind of stuff? No.
no, not right now.
Prediction markets are fun. I love it. I was gonna bet pretty good. I thought like our prime minister here was gonna be the other one that won, and I'm glad I didn't take that bet. I thought it was a shoe-in. God damn, I would have lost some money there. My wife convinced me to not to trade, but I'm like, but it's a sure thing. I'm like, this is. I was looking at it like, there's no way I don't win this, and wow, was I wrong?
Let's see here. We were looking for. Oh, soon though. So there will be some prediction stuff on BC.Game. Let's go. I don't know.
Let's go.
Annabelle's got some alpha. I love that.
Dude, I have seen some fun stuff on BC.Game. I was watching Scott stream and there's some like cockfighting.
Yeah.
It was late at night, man. Like it was a late night. He was doing a late stream and I was up late and I was just watching. I'm like, what the heck? This is crazy. It was awesome.
All
what's
right.
going on, Carrie?
What's that?
Carrie's here. I can show it on the stream, the chat. Look at that.
Hey, what's up, Carrie? Okay, so on Poly Market, is there a Fed rate cut by June meeting is the thing? Before 2027, how many Fed rate cuts in 2026? There's nothing specifically for
Nothing for rate cuts.
not for this particular one.
Damn.
Or else I would.
That would be a good. Can you imagine how much that would pay on the 5-minute? I think actually VDEX, they're looking at getting prediction markets on. I think they want to try to get it this month. They're working on it. And they're going to have not just prediction markets, leverage prediction markets. So you can trade with Levy. So you don't have to use a whole lot of money to do a trade. So that's going to be pretty good if hopefully they can get it this month, but we'll see if it comes. But I'm actually looking for the prediction markets. I like messing around a little bit. I like to dabble. Like I'm not a huge gambler. Well, I guess I am because I'm a trader because a lot of people have this argument. It's like, do you believe trading is gambling? And I used to say no, but then I watched this little Instagram reel, and it was the guy was saying, trading is gambling because if you leverage your money and you don't know the outcome, it's gambling, right? Because you can say that I'm more likely to win this trade and percentage may be on my side, but I don't know I'm gonna win. Nobody knows.
So okay, so would you also say if you ride a bicycle without a helmet, you're gambling?
Absolutely. Everything's a gamble. Like
Everything's a gamble.
everything is a percentage and a chance. Like the world is chaos, right? Like there's always a chance of something happen. Like I'm a very firm believer. I believe it's Murphy's law. Anything that can happen will happen.
Especially in fucking crypto, dude. Absolutely. So along that, right? One of the best practices that I kind of listen, I've done this a couple times and it has definitely worked out to my advantage where look, I look at a specific entry that's maybe close to like market price, right? And so I go to put in a trade and I figure out what's my liquidation price. And then I end up putting the trade in at whatever that liquidation price is. And it ends up it's like one of those things where like 97% of the time it goes like almost right to it and then lift off, right? And so you're like that fucking close and you get it. You look like a genius. And so that's like one of those things that like over the years I've learned, like just if you're looking at an entry and you sometimes get close to that liquidation thing, and I'll raw dog my trades. Like I don't do a lot of stop losses. I have been lately. and just to like mitigate any losses, just to just to be smarter. You know what I mean?
You're talking about shrimping, right? Like on the show, you talk about shrimping all the time. That's exactly what I'm doing in my trading. I
Yeah.
take these little stabs of the market, and I'm like, when I'm talking about losing small risk, like I risked like today to make that trade, I risked $5. I could have only lost $5. And when you have big pumps, just move your stop loss in a break even,
Right.
because now you can walk away. You're not going to lose that trade because you're gonna get break even regardless. And then as profits go up, you can even take, again, you can put your stop loss in the profits. If you want to just ride that puppy, then again, bring it to break even. You can't lose it. If you lose it, if it goes against you, wait for the next one. And because I've got caught with like FOMO of like, oh, I got to get in a trade now. No,
Yeah.
there's another trade. The setup happens all the time. Like you make these flags back to the 21 all the time. And so I don't have that FOMO anymore because of like I have the FOMO to get in on that when that 1 minute model flash. I'm like, oh, I gotta get out on my model.
This
Like
is gonna be the one.
yeah, but like I still only because I'm putting the stop loss below. Like, let me show you real quick. Let me show you on BDEX. So if, for example, if we're gonna put a let me go to the 1 minute chart.
Do you think we're gonna see this thing bounce off this?
Well, right now, like potentially, like right now, the 1 minute is below the 200-day moving average. So below the 200-day moving average, shorts are more likely. But this could be a double bottom, right? Like on the 1 minute, right? This could be a double bottom. So keep your eye on that. But guys, stochastic needs to reset, and we got to come back down a little bit here. So for example, if I was to put a trade in on the 1 minute, if we crossed, I'm gonna do it upside down because right now we're below. So I'm gonna flip the chart upside down. I'm gonna pretend it's bullish, and I would get my trade in. For example, right here, we came up, we touched the 21, we're back at the 21. I would anticipate a move to the upside, which is a short in this case. I would put so you go on the left hand side here, you go to projection, you go to a long position, and then you would put your window there. Now, sorry, not long, dummy. We're shorting. Short is going to pretend short is long because we're upside down. Short position. Okay. So your take profit and your stop loss would be below the 200-day moving average, right? So that's where I would hide it. Probably right around this liquidity right here, right about right here. That's actually even too much. I would hide it right up, right up here.
What percent is that? Was that
So,
4? Almost 5?
depending on the target, like if I'm gonna say we're in this flag here,
Mhm.
then the move would be up here. So basically where I'm at right now. So that's a small trade. That's a 1.31, 1.38 risk versus reward ratio. I wouldn't take that trade. I usually do 3-1. But if you were to take the trade, your stop loss is not even 1%. So you would calculate. I didn't share my window, did I? You can't see my calculator, can you?
No.
No. Okay, give me 1 second. Entire screen. Boom. There we go. Now I'll share the whole screen. All right. So you take your calculator, and if you're like, for example, my portfolio is $1,200, right? So 1,200 times 0.01. So $12 is 1% of your portfolio, and I would divide that by my stop loss, so 0.050. So I would divide 12 by 0.0005 because let's see, that's 1%. No, there we go. That's not even 1%, half a percent. My position size would be 2,400. So for example, I would go short position with 2,500. I can't even. Oh, I gotta put my leverage on. And I find the sweet spot for me is like at least on Bitcoin, 32 leverage.
Okay.
32x is like the sweet spot where my liquidation, I can put my stop loss and my liquidation won't hit first. So we do 2,500 would be our position. The take profit would be 95,560, 95,560, and the stop loss would have been here at 96,716, 96,716. Remember, we're shorting here, and we're going short, so short. So I would risk $12, which is 1% of my portfolio. Mind you, this would be only to make $17. Like three, this is why we do 3 to 1. But if it was going higher, if we had to 3 to 1, we would get there, right? But that's how my position. I would only lose $12.
That's interesting. Okay.
So that's how
I,
you
I like how
calculate.
you set that up. That's a really cool way that that it charted to calculate it, and then especially here on the VDEX thing, how I put it there. Nice.
Yeah, you can do this on TradingView. It's the same thing. TradingView
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and what VDEX has, it's the same thing. But that's how you. I think a lot of traders get messed up because of the because they don't position well. You have to, when you get the right position size, your liquidation will be in the right place. And then your stop loss you can hide your stop loss where you want to hide it depending on your position size, where it doesn't interfere with your liquidations. Like, let's go on the trade futures. So this is great. Honestly, this system that I learned works for traditional stocks. It works for any stock. Anything in charts. It's just a model that works for anything. The mentor that I learned it from has been trading for 20 years, trading gold.
Okay.
So
Cool.
it's like the same, excuse me, the same model. And that's how, like I said, I only risk 1% of my portfolio. So you have to lose 100 trades before you liquidate your entire portfolio, right? Like
Yeah.
liquidation is not part of my vocabulary because I use a stop loss. I know everyone's different. You got to do what feels right for you. I'm a risk adverse investor. I like to protect my capital. I'm more of that traditional Warren Buffett style of investing. Um, you got to do what works for you.
Yeah.
But I can show you how to set up a position size.
Yeah, that's smart. And look, I have been I've been much better at the even the stop in the profit, just to make sure that you're capturing those profits every time, right? Like if your trade goes green, make sure that you end in green, you know?
Hell, hey man, what's the key thing of the Web3 breakfast, man? 1% every day. So if you're winning trades and you're green every day, your portfolio is growing. Right? So that's all you really need. If you're 1% of your portfolio is $12 and you win a $12 trade, you got that 1% every day. That's 365% a year.
Oh,
So I'm actually like trying to make trading like my full-time thing afterwards. Like I'd love for trading, like I can work from home and then be home with my family more instead of having to go to work. Like I want to make trading more of a regular thing for me. So that's why I treat it the way I do, because like I would like to be trading with $100,000 portfolio
right.
and working my way up that that ladder. But
I mean, it's just at a higher scale, you're doing
yeah,
the same models, the same everything. Yeah.
yeah, it's just reps. Like last week when the market, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, when we were getting that, we were pumping up, if everything felt like we were back again. I just hit the model like, oh, boom, 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 as many reps as I can, because the more experience you get at trading your setup, or whatever setup it is, and I don't have to be the one I taught you, but whatever you trade, you just get reps on that. You're gonna know what to do. You're gonna see it happen before it happens, and you're gonna be reacting to the trade, like just getting in when it happens. You're not gonna be FOMOing in and getting at the wrong times.
That's it, man. There's always another trade. Hey, you want to open up the chart for H bar?
H bar, let's do it.
I did a so on Wednesdays we're back. We started it back today. Wrap decks for the show's wrap it up. It's an H bar Hedera space, and so that was
Oh,
at
nice.
4:30 today.
I think I still got one of those fighter cards. I tried to get your card, but I didn't. I wasn't successful.
Jerk.
You know what? I wonder if I can, because they said you can trade in the Discord. I might see if somebody wants to trade mine. I have to get my what is it? The Hash Cap app or Hashpack app.
Hash pack, yeah.
Looks like consolidation to me. Maybe like a bullish rectangle here. So we came into the trend from an uptrend. So we're gonna probably consolidate down. And maybe even just back to that. We're coming back to that 1 hour, 200-day moving average. If we're in a bull flag, if we believe that's the case, I'll go conservatively here. If you want to be aggressive, you can measure this whole pull here, but I'm going to go conservatively. Um, Probably back up to 13 cents. Again, low stochastics, like this looks good. Like this looks like a bounce, at least at the very least to the top of this channel. Right, so you would want to
That should be like it's soon move.
like this is the hourly. You can get in now, and you can either go to to this where we kind of lost it here, and if we get and maybe put a take profit here, or you can put a take profit at the top of the channel. Bigs or rigs. We'll look at Ondo right after this, brother. But yeah, I think I think a move to the upside here, a bounce. And we want to see us start to see that 200 start to curve up. But it kind of slightly is right now. Like slightly starting to curve, like go sideways and curve up. But I like where the stochastic and the RSI is already pointing up. Now you just gotta wait for this MACD to start flipping bullish, where the red lines will start fading to like a brighter red, and then go and flipping the green.
And then it'll go into the positive, it'll go into the green, and it'll ride out.
Yeah. All depends on Bitcoin though. Like if you're looking at altcoins right now, make sure Bitcoin. Like if you think altcoins are gonna go up, and you're like, I feel like this is a bullish pattern, I have to look at Bitcoin and believe Bitcoin's gonna do the same thing. Because if Bitcoin goes down right now, like altcoins are not able to stand on their own right now. They're really just being dragged up with
So
Bitcoin.
So
Again, the time, again, if we get to a certain point, the time will come and you'll know it, right? You'll see Bitcoin go like consolidate or go down, and altcoins kind of stay steady.
yeah.
When you start to
So,
see
I mean,
that,
yeah, you're looking at like Bitcoin's kind of falling a little bit right now, right? It's at like 96.3, 96.292. Not,
yeah,
it's dropping a little bit. If that continues to drop, I mean, you're going to blow right through the zone that you're in right now.
yeah, we're consolidating, and like I still think that 200-day at the very least, like we're gonna probably come back down to this line.
Okay.
That makes the most logical sense to me. Whether we hold it or bounce off it, is a different story. We can make our way down to the smaller time frames to see a better picture, right? Like we can go down to 30 minutes. So 30-minute again, low stochastics. See, we're on the 15-minute, and we're already touching the 200 on the 15-minute. So can the 15-minute hold us? If we lose the 15-minute 200-day moving average and we move to the 30-minute, and if we lose the 30-minute 200 moving average, we move to the 1 hour, and so on and so forth, right? So right now you'd be watching the 15-minute and waiting to see if we hold that 200 and bounce off it. Again, with low stochastics, it's more likely to happen. We could have a little bit more downside and come back above it again, but I wouldn't be entering a trade. Yeah, I wouldn't be entering a trade yet, because we're retesting this right here.
Go to do you ever look at the 4 hour?
Yeah, I look at the 4 hour. So let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, it looks like we're flagging out. It's just consolidation. This is all consolidating. Bitcoin's doing the exact same thing right now. All consolidate, probably coming back down to the 200-day moving average on the 4 hour. And what you would like to see is a bounce. Again, stochastic RSI coming down to reset. Same with the RSI. Everything is showing the same thing in my eyes. Like I see it coming down, right? And even the MACD is losing momentum here. And it's nighttime. There's like no volume right now. Right? We had North America today, we pumped. You gotta imagine Asia might be either consolidation or a dump.
Let's see, where are we at in the world? Where are we at? Singapore. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens in the markets.
But I love me a fallen wedge. Fallen wedges, man, they break up to the upside more often than they don't. The measured move of this fallen wedge on the 4 hour would bring you up to, again, 13 cents.
Okay.
Back to retest this high right here. You can even say on the 4 hour that we broke out of a falling wedge.
That several day tumble was.
Yeah, this big consolidation pattern, we broke out, and we're just starting an uptrend, right? That the uptrend would basically be like that, right? Wherever this bottom happens, and you just follow this uptrend here. But we're just starting out. Like this is the first bounce. Like remember I told you the 21 crosses the 200, which Hedera did. We come back to the 21, which we're doing now. And you could have a potential bounce to the upside, which again, that 13 cents could be in play here. Oh, have a good night, Annabelle.
Oh yeah,
appreciate you coming by.
See ya. Thank you for being here. GN.
So Hedera looks like it could continue this uptrend. Just gotta watch that falling wedge. Just draw it out, map it out, watch it, wait for it to fill in a little bit more. But a bounce off the 200 would be a nice entry, man. Get an entry when it touches the 200. Put your stop loss a little bit below and ride that puppy. 4 hour, like this on the 4 hour is more likely to happen because a bigger time frame, more accurate it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right, let's look at Ondo. Beggs or Rags wanted to look at Ondo. Let's take a peek. Okay, Ondo. Let's go. Let's work our way down. Let's go look at the bigger time frames and work our way down. So we'll
Was
start
that
with
39 cents? Is that what it says?
39.04. All right, so let's look at the daily. Again, the daily is pretty far away.
Oh, let's do for a fucking pump, dude. It's spread out.
Well, I think we talked about this a little bit last week. That like potentially 23 cents if we continue going down, right? Like this is the way I look. If you think we're gonna come back up, I would also flip the chart upside down. So press Alt I on your chart, and we're in a downtrend until we're not, right? This looks like an uptrend. So until we're not in this trend, I have to say we're going to continue going this way, which is short because I have the chart upside down. So I need to see this break the structure.
Mm-hmm.
You can even say that we may have, if you want, depending on where you want to put your touch points, right? Like the trend. Like you could say that we've been following this uptrend, we lost it, we bearishly retested it, and we're going to come down. So maybe we could have a pump here, right? This could be what would be a bear flag, which is technically a bull flag, and then we make a move to the upside or downside, or upside. I mean, you take that measure move, and you get something like this, up to 45 cents potentially. But like when you flip the chart upside down, it gives you another perspective. Like I've said many times before, I've told you, I even said it in the stream, when you can draw a circle around those moving averages, you're more likely at a top, right? So that tells me if I was going to go flip the chart back the right way, we could be making a bottoming pattern.
Time to go fucking long.
Again, still could have room to the downside. The stochastic has not reset fully on the daily. Yeah. I would wait for more confirmation. So I want to see price do something like if we're starting an uptrend, I want to see it get probably above here. I want to see us retake this right here, that level right here. So probably some time.
Because that's where you lost your support.
Yeah, well, that's where you just had the last time on the daily, you had a lot of resistance. Well, you're already above this resistance, right? So
right.
The idea, I think what we're seeing right now is we have this resistance right here, and we're kind of retesting it. So if we bounce off it, you can see price kind of maybe do something like this, work its way up, and then up we go like that.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, I would wait to see. I wouldn't get in like if you're dollar cost averaging and you're just like shrimping, then yeah, I would buy on lows like this. But if you're trading, I would wait for a better entry with more consolidation. I wouldn't look at the daily. Let's look at the smaller time frames and see if we can find something that looks a little bit better for an entry, or if we can see that we're more likely to bounce. So let's go to the 4 hour on Ondo.
Would you ever have the capacity, Mike, to do one of those like the generational trade, right? Where you catch the bottom and then you ride this fucking thing out for like.
I would love to, yeah.
I just don't have I
guess
it's got to be worth it, right? Like you can't be at sideways market because you'll get crushed in funding fees. But
yeah, that's the thing too. Funding fees will it's hard, man. Because they have these, like, look at the liquidation event. People thought that they were never going to go back to those prices. Like people that were in those trades, like look at like Crypto or Carl the Moon, they were in those kind of trades. And they got liquidated. So like that's why it's kind of tough. But damn right I'm going to, and I'll show you where the entry would be for something like that, and that's going to bring you to the weekly time frame. I'll show you that. But let me finish on real
Yeah,
quick
yeah,
for bags. 4 hour again below the 200-day moving average. Are curling down here. Still more room to go down. I still see some more down price action for Ondo. We haven't fully bottomed yet. So I would just stay out of Ondo for a wee bit and wait for us to make a clear bottoming power. And the hourly, again, R side flat, sorry, stochastic flat, R side flat down. Again, maybe not too much downside, but you'll see it on the smaller time frames first. It'll start to ramp up again bullish. Think of like I like to think of it as like surfing a wave. You know, when the wave you're on your surfboard, the waves just start, and you're paddling away. You catch the wave and you ride it during its apex. And the same idea, you like the smaller time frames are a microscope, and then you start to see the bullish momentum build on each time frame as you move up. So right now, I would wait and look at the smaller time frames to see as when they start flipping bullish, then you work your way up to the 1 hour, 4 hour daily, and so on and so forth. But yeah, so even the 15 minutes below. So as long as we're below 200-day moving averages, I am not a bull. So at this point, you'd probably wait for the 1 minute and then work your way up 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minutes, so on and so forth. But below 200-day moving average, not bullish. Um, what did you want to, sorry, did you want to look at after
I
this?
just put so Luca has an unlock coming too. I had pulled up on Tokenomist the
What is it?
token
Sorry, go
unlock
ahead.
for Ondo. That's coming
So
up in just a few days here.
the token unlock mean, what does that exactly mean? People are going to get a bunch of like tokens
So not all. So if you go to here, we can go to
because
you have my screen. You have my screen pulled up.
I'm going to bring it up right now. Give me 1 second. There you are.
Okay, so that's the token unlock. That's where it's going. So you think about like the circulation, right? And we got Ondo right here. So right now, let me share this so you can see. Right now, the total supply of Ondo is 10 billion, right? The circulating supply is only 3.15 billion.
Yep.
So they are going to add more tokens into circulation. Last year, it was about 100 and it's like 120% or whatever it was of the circulating supply went into circulation. So this time it is going to be
Yeah, because that's kind of the one thing I work. That there will probably be some sell pressure with that. Maybe not all of it, but there's probably going to be some sell pressure.
so yes and no. Potentially last year it kind of pumped, but we were in a different bit of a market. This I
Different
don't really know. I mean,
mentality right now in the market, but I don't know. We're pumping up. Like,
true, but now here's the thing. What we got to understand is, and you can look at the price, right? Last year, same time, the price was much higher at the time of the unlock, right? And you got to think, Ondo is really controlled by institutional investors. So let's go
yeah.
back to this tab
Well,
right here
that's
and look.
kind of what. Okay, sorry. Continue what you're saying.
So 52%, either for whatever reason, can you see this red metrics available thing?
Yes.
It does. I'm trying to click it. Got it. It won't go away.
I guess you don't got it.
Really don't. Oh, I see. There was some Google thing. I don't know, man. I definitely don't got it.
So I see private sales, ecosystem growth.
These ecosystem growth. So we don't understand what the community access sale and private sales are.
So basically, early investors would have they have a vesting schedule, and that's essentially what your
Correct.
private sale. So
Correct.
that's kind of lines up to what the chart's telling me, because I said looks like there's some more some more downside to come. Maybe not so much because some of the stochastics and RSIs are getting near the bottoms. And that lines up with like there's gonna be some sell pressure. Not everybody holds, especially private sales, right?
True, but it's a lot of institutions as well, and so this goes into so that like it will a lot of that gets held. A lot of it goes into again. They got in around. I mean, this may be 20. Man, I'm blowing this up. I used to know this number off the top of my head. What they got in at the like the private sales and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And like, these institutions, man, they're not after like a couple percent. You know what I mean? Like they do
Yeah.
this stuff for big time gains. And so this is not at the right price for the institutions to be selling.
Yeah,
They're
that community access sale, that might be where you're getting the majority of the selling come from if that's the case. But again, I'd be hard it would hard for me to believe there's not going to be any sell pressure. So again, I don't think we're going to have a huge amount of downside still in the chart, just a little bit. Again, you're adding more supply. Like when you add more supply to any coin, it's not as scarce. So price in my mind should go down and then there's more supply, right? Even if people are holding it and not selling it, there's just more supply, right? If Bitcoin had added another 1 million coins, the price would go down and distribute that wealth or that lack of wealth at the basement to everybody else, right? So I don't think it's a problem. Like I don't think it's a bad thing. That's very normal for altcoins, and actually good that they're doing it responsibly, because a lot of people just here's your allocation, boom, dumps, and then
boom.
get that dinosaur tail, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
my goal, so February 3rd in New York City is the Ondo Summit. That's my goal to be out there in New York City for that. So
nice. Is it at the same place the one you went before?
don't know yet. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I'll get all that stuff.
But yeah, I would wait for Ondo start getting above these 200-day moving averages. Again, we're not going to be
You
down
want to
here
pull
for
your
too
you
long.
want to pull your chart back up?
Oh, oops. There we are. Oh, that's not the right
Right
button.
here, I can stop sharing mine.
I got it.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. So Ondo again, give it some more time. Ondo is probably when we start getting it above those 200-day moving averages, definitely going to start building bullish momentum. But like I'm all the way down at the 1 minute, and all of them are below the 200-day. So it's going to start with the 1 minute, and it's going to work its way up all the other time frames, and that's how you catch the move. If you're trading, get that 1 minute model. That 21 crosses to 200 and flag back to the 21 and get in.
okay. So for anybody who is watching and might have questions, you've got the 21 day, you've got the 200 day. Let's just go through the colored lines real quick.
Absolutely. So again, I don't really use a lot of the other ones. So you have, let me flip the chart back the right way because we're kind of upside down. There we go. Wait, I'm upside down? No, I had it the right way. So we have the white line, which is the smooth moving average, which is it'll be your SMMA on the indicator chart. So you go to indicators, you would go SMA, and it would show you the smooth moving average. And then you would, oh wow, I'm just dumped right now in the 1 minute, a little bit. So you have the smooth moving average, which is like your 21-day moving average. The red line is the 20-day moving average. The purple line is, I believe, the 100-day moving average, and then we have the 50-day, the 100-day, the 200-day. So all different moving averages. And you know what? Like the different moving averages will be different things on different time frames. So for example, if I'm looking at the 5 minute 200-day moving average, that probably lines up with moving average on the 1 minute, right? So you can pick and as the more you look at it, you'll start to see they'll bounce off certain things. Like if I'm going to bounce off the purple line, that might line up with the 200-day moving average on another time frame. That's why you got to use multiple time frames. It's like you're looking through that microscope and like getting more information and just seeing it in a different way. And then we have my RSI, my stochastic RSI, and then your volume VPVR here, just to see, like, this is kind of like a magnet for price. You can see where all the volume has been for price. And this white line, it shoots out this white line, and that's a point of control. And you can see the white line is basically where there's a lot of resistance there, right? So what you want to see price get above this white line and flip it as support, because then there's a gap in the VPVR
Mhm.
up basically up here. So if we get through this gap here, you're looking at Ondo getting back up to 39, 39.39, and on the way up. So that's how I use all these indicators to build my personal thesis on where I think price action is going to go.
Love that.
It's a, it's a lot. It's a lot to learn. Like, I've been doing this for like about a year and a couple months now, and I'm still learning. Guys, I am not a professional by any stretch of the imagination. It's a good time to remind everybody this is not financial advice. I am still a student. I literally have my cheat sheets
Yeah.
of my literature from the course that I took. Like, I go to it all the time. I am a student. I'm still learning. So take what I say with a grain of salt. But I hope what I show helps.
It's I
Even
mean
if you,
it's educated information. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Like
We're all
that's
buddies.
the
We're
whole
all
idea.
buddies here. You guys look, if you guys all smash the like button, look, we're buddies.
And do me a favor, subscribe to my YouTube, because like I have neglected that thing, and I think I got like 34 subscribers. So help a brother out.
Hey, yeah, let's do
I
that.
gotta dude, it's so hard. There's so many platforms, and like honestly, I just do not have the time to put clips in. Like I like hopefully someday I'll be making enough money with this to be able to hire a video editor to like do my clips for me, because it's hard, man.
That's like that's one of the things like I want to be putting together is building a team. Like part of the media thing is building a media team. That someone that would be like their job is to like just grab the clips from all the shows, put it together.
Yeah.
So
It's I thought we had, like, for the adoption pod, I thought we had a deal going, but it fell through, unfortunately. And that was like, we're talking with our videographer, and we're gonna get like 10 clips a month or whatever, based on the money we are gonna have coming in. And it fell through. And then unfortunately, so now my videographer, hey, how's good and happy new year. And I was like, oh crap, we kind of told them like we were going to do this, and it fell through. So like, gotta get back to that Telegram a little bit later.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's the goal. Again, even if this is a bear market and we're just going to make that right shoulder for Bitcoin, like this is where we build, right? Like, you make money in crypto by sticking around.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is, I mean, when times are tough and when attention is down and it's boring or when things are rough, that's it.
If you don't have conviction, you ain't gonna stick around. You got to really believe what you're involved in. I don't care what crypto it is or what token. Like, you got to believe what you're investing in. If you don't believe it, then the first time something goes crazy, you're gonna be out and you're gonna make a mistake.
That's absolutely facts, man. Bags of rags, you are absolutely welcome.
Oh, no problem, brother. I don't look at other charts, and I like going to other charts that I don't really look at often, and just like having a fresh slate. Like, I've never seen this, so there's no bias. I just call it as I see it.
Let's go back. I was gonna say, let's go back to the Cardano chart and let's
Everybody take out your small violins.
no zoom it out. I was gonna say zoom it out and flip it upside down to make people feel better. Like, hey guys, look at the Cardano chart.
I'll post this on my let me go to the weekly chart. Weekly.
That just looks normal.
We've bottomed. Adam and Eve double bottom on the weekly. We're going up. No, to be honest, if the altcoins are going to go up, so is Cardano. Like, it may have, like, it might not do as well as the other altcoins, but it'll go up. If we're going to have an altcoin season, we're going to have an altcoin season, right?
That's true.
But
it's number 10 coin, so it will pump. Do you think, that was another question I wanted to ask you, looking at some of these things and kind of looking at an altcoin season, wondering, are we on the brink of one? Is it in the cards? What's happening? You look at that major scam wick that we got. Do we need to see a lot of like altcoins retest that?
I feel like some have, and I think the ones that have are doing well. I think Ethereum is actually one that basically got there. It was October 10th, right?
Yeah.
September, October.
Let's look at Arrow too after this.
Got it. Daily October 10th.
Got you, Lucas.
That's November. Yeah, October. Like, yeah, Ethereum went lower than its Back in November 21st, we went even lower. So we've already taken it out, right? And again, Ethereum is still below the 200-day moving average, but we're gearing up to get back above the 200-day moving average on the daily. Like we are definitely, again, we're either in an uptrend or we're in a bear flag. Right? And this was the same thing for me on Bitcoin on that weekly monthly chart, right?
Mhm.
So we want to see it pump to the upside, but if it's bearish, we're coming, down to $2,000, right? We're not quite there yet. Like again, we're starting building. We're starting to build momentum. If we can stay and consolidate above these key levels, then I'm more likely to say we're gonna smash uh, through this 200-day moving average on the daily for most coins. Um, we just day by day, step by step, candle by candle. Like we just gotta wait. Like I will be very bullish when we start closing candles above this 200-day moving average.
Are you? Is that something like you wait for a confirmation candle?
Yeah, on the daily, you don't need so much. Like just like maybe like a candle close above it. But I'm all over the time frame. So like I'm gonna look at like different time frames and see things like the 4 hours above. So right now, let's see, like we'll go to the 8 hour. Okay, the 8 hours above the 200-day moving average. What does the 12 hour look like? The 12 hours right there. Okay, so now I want to watch the 12 hour. If the 12 hour retakes the 200-day moving average, if my model shows up on the 12 hour, then that's looking good to me. And then then it'll happen on the 22 hour, right? And the 22 hours right there too. So we read close candles above the 22 hour and the 12 hour 200-day moving average. The daily's next. Either we get rejected by the daily or we blast through it. So you have to you can keep that in the same, but it looks good. It looks like we had bottom. We made a bottoming pattern. We've made an Adam and Eve double bottom or a double bottom pattern. You can call it an Adam and Eve double bottom. You can call it a W pattern. um it looks good to me. It looks good that like the trend is starting to change, but like I wouldn't, we're not out of the weeds yet where I'd go say, bull market's back on, we're back, just like everybody in crypto Twitter.
We're so back, baby.
Oh yeah, I love those. That's so entertaining. At the very least, crypto Twitter is entertaining.
Right. I mean, that's at this point, we'll see. I feel like the entertainment value maybe even going down.
And you said what was the coin? Arrow.
Aerodrome, yeah.
Arrow. Why can't I find it? Aerodrome. Here we go. Looking on Coinbase. Aerodrome. Okay, let's go to the bigger time frames and work our way down. I like going to the bigger time frames and kind of working my way down. It just gives me like a bird's eye view and then coming in. The weekly.
Lower highs is always a concern, right?
Yeah.
But you got higher lows, so you.
I almost feel like, again, this is on the weekly, like a bullish rectangle, or if we exclude this,
That's like an initial pump. Like, does that really count?
yeah, I don't think I'm not gonna. The weekly is not really the sauce right now. Let's go to the daily. Kind of looking like a lot of altcoins. Ethereum. When you look at Ethereum, a lot of altcoins might look very similar to Ethereum. Potential bottoming pattern. One thing I will caveat here: the stochastic RSI is overheated on Aerodrome on the daily, and the RSI is we're by the neutral line, so we could go up here. Like we can go up and stay above. Like we can stay overheated again. Like you see this happen where we go up, we come back down, we go back up again on the stochastic, right? So the stochastic is RSI is way more sensitive to price action. The RSI is a little bit more like a kind of lagging indicator, right?
Mm-hmm.
So again, we're still below the 200-day moving average on the daily. So you'd want to see that go up to the upside here. I want to see the stochastic kind of come down because you can't have a huge move when you're overheated here. You want it to reset because it oscillates, right? Reset and then oscillate and come back, right? Let's look at the smaller time frames. See if we can see some magic. 4 hour.
Where the magic happens.
Okay, so the FAR is above the 200-day moving average. I like that.
Uh-huh.
The model is basically showing here 21 crossed, came back to touch the 200-day moving average. Actually, you could have got in here, stop loss hiding right under this bad boy right here, and then you would have got this move all the way up here, and then now we're here. So are we going to continue to keep this 21-day moving average, or are we coming back down to the 200 and losing it again before? Because this could even be like a Bart Simpson coming down. So like that's a potential. Could be a cup and handle, right? We have a little baby cup here, right? So again, there's possibilities everywhere, but with the stochastics being this high in the RSI up here, I'm more likely to say we have some more room to the downside or sideways. We can go sideways and these will reset. So even if you go sideways, that's fine too. That would be your ideal scenario. You go sideways, these reset, and then you gear up for the next wave up.
And you would still consider that to be upward momentum. I mean, you're not breaking any structures or anything, right?
As long as you're above that 200-day moving average, you can see here the trend has changed. Like this was your swing, right? You changed momentum here, and now you're starting an uptrend, right? This was the end of the downtrend. So unless we come back to revisit this, we're on an uptrend. Or if we lose the 200 and it starts curling over again, we don't like rounded tops. We don't like we like rounded bottoms, right?
Round bottoms. Yeah.
Yeah. So
everybody always thinks you're talking about a butt, but you are just definitely talking about charts.
That's it, man. Rounded bottoms don't lie. And could this be a rounded bottom right here, right?
They pay the bills, man.
And
it almost feels like with this dump though, it's like cup and handle.
Yeah, so
expediting the handle.
Bitcoin's at 95, 960, and that's why you're seeing these candles right now. We're seeing Bitcoin consolidate,
what's that 95 you said?
95, 960 right now.
Okay.
79. Oh, it's pumping back up a little bit. But yeah, so again, Bitcoin's consolidating. You're gonna see these spiky moves with altcoins. They're not gonna look like Bitcoin because Bitcoin, when it makes patterns, they respect the patterns.
Hey Ellie.
Oh, Ellie. Oh, I haven't seen Ellie in a minute. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Aerodrome again above on the 4 hour looks good. Let's take a look at the 1 hour real quick. The 1 hour we're coming back to the 200, so we want to see us hold that. Stochastic is low, it's curving, so we want to see it start curve back up. So hopefully we can keep that 200 on the 1 hour. But I would wait to see more confirmation. It's kind of like the other coins. Like I want to see more of a bottoming pattern, just kind of similar to Ondo. I want to see it start to make a more of a convincing move to the upside before I would get in a trade, at least. Like dollar cost averaging, you want to get in on around bottoms. You're never going to time the bottom perfectly. So if you're shrimping, good time to shrimp. There you go. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's my tugboat.
All right. So is there anything else anyone wants to look at? I do gotta take off in a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. Ellie, any coins you're looking at? You want us to pop up on the chart? Let us know. Let's see. What did I have anything to look at? We did H bar, we did ETH, we did Bitcoin. We did some Total 3, we did some other stuff. We did Ondo. Well, we did them all. How about AVAX? We're streaming on we're on the arena. Let's look at AVAX.
All right, let's do it. Yo, what's going on, Ali? Let's see, AVAX. Oof, that looks nice. That does not look nice on the 1 hour at least. Yikes.
That's AVAX there. Oh shoot.
Yeah, we had a nice pump, but like you're rounding. You're on the other side of the pump, which is the downtrend. So I would expect price to kind of do something like this if we can continue a downtrend. We're definitely coming back to the 200-day moving average on the 1 hour. There's no question in my mind that we're not, because you have this gap right here. You have this big candle. So you're coming here. You're probably going to lose it, in my opinion. You're probably going to come back right here.
What about putting in a short right now? Would you do that or no?
I wouldn't chase it at this point.
You've already given up too much.
I would wait for a flag. So I would wait if you're gonna get a short. You want to wait for it to make like above, like at least on the hourly. If you want, you can maybe find an entry on the smaller time frame. But I don't know how much is left in this move. Let's look at so we're on the 1 hour. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah. So if you will flip the chart upside down, you can trade the same model I showed you upside down. 15-minute time frame. The 21-day moving average is crossing the 200 to the downside. So what you want to see is price continue this way and come back to that white line, 21. So the 21 is going to come up and we're going to touch. That's your entry. And then you would start your downtrend. You would short it. So if you're looking for an entry on the 15-minute, that's what I
flipped, right?
Yeah. So the chart's upside down right now. Same model. You can trade it the same way. Again, I'm bullishly biased, so I have to flip it upside down because I see bullish patterns. So you want to see this 21 is just crossing now, right? But keep in mind the RSI is red and the stochastic is low. This is more likely to come back to the upside. It might, because we have to reset. It can go down a little bit more, but in my opinion, this will reset. This will stay red only for a certain amount of time. So I wouldn't chase this short. If you want to get in a small little short, you can try it and ride it maybe a couple more candles. But this is going to revert to the upside. Like even the RSI is curving up right now with this green candle. So I'm not sure I would enter a short here. The short would have been like basically when we kind of went sideways here. Yeah. We started to lose it.
I mean, that you lost momentum.
Yeah, you could have gotten in there, but like I'm not really a big shorter until we lose the 200. So we're losing it. So maybe like I said, the RSI will come up, and I've seen this before too a lot of times where you'll do this. Price will go down. It'll continue down a little bit, and then we have that the RSI and the stochastic will come into play. It'll revert back up and bearishly retest the 200 and get rejected. That's where you start. Then your downtrend continues from there. Mm-hmm. So that would be something to watch out for too. You can even get in here where it bearishly retests it. Wait for it to start coming down. Get the short entry here with your stop loss just above the 200-day moving average, and then ride that puppy down.
Boom, there it is.
But AVAX, yeah, again, we're coming down. Yeah, Bitcoin's consolidating and Bitcoin's consolidating down, so it will follow suit, but more aggressively because it's an altcoin. And yeah, Bitcoin just looks like it's coming down. We're probably going to come back down to the hourly 200-day moving average too, which
was that 94.5?
94.5, which is amazing. That's actually really good. We want to flip 94 as support. That's the best thing we can do. And you come back to this big liquidity level right here and flip that as support. I love it. I love that.
Oh, dude, then that's like, I mean, that becomes, make that everybody, get your charts, draw that line, set an alert. Like when we get back to 94.5, you should be thinking about, okay, what is this coin doing? Like, because if we bounce and go up, like that's almost like you might be that rally up to, what did we say before? 102, 104, 107, somewhere in there.
The hourly, I had it going up to 99. The target didn't happen because we're coming down now. But on the daily time frame, yeah, 102. The 200-day moving average, wherever it is, well, I think it's 102, 103.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we're gonna look at Turbo and Hype. Is Hype a coin?
Arrow. We Ellie, we did look at Arrow. I think we were like finishing up Arrow like as you popped in.
Yeah, we'll look at Turbo real quick. And then what is Hype? Hyperliquid?
Hyperliquid?
We'll do those two, and then I got a head
Turbo
off.
Looks like shit.
Turbo. This is the 15-minute. Let's start with the bigger. Let's start with the bigger time frames and see if it still looks like
higher
shit.
lows. That's pretty good.
Again, kind of like the other altcoins, right? Like we're kind of making a bottoming pattern. Could we say this is an Adam and Eve double bottom? Yeah. Honestly, I'm more likely to say that's because the Adam and Eve double bottoms have been making this like cup and handle thing, right? They've been making a handle, all of them. Even Bitcoin did the same thing, right? So I could see this moving, having a move to the upside. Again, moving averages, you can draw a circle between them, double bottom here, higher low. Uh, and then again, stochastic, we want to see the stochastic and the RSI curve up. That would be the best bet. That'll probably happen when if this flag plays out, bounces to the upside. So if we are bullish, we would say this move would probably bring you, let's see here. Where's the neckline? The neckline's right about, I'm gonna say here.
Where you
Neckline's
see a
about there.
lot of the activity where we had one time it was support and then it became resistance.
Yeah, we may not even made the neckline yet, right? Like price might need to come up here before we have a full neckline. But that's where that flag might bring you to. Like the measured move of that flag, like, is basically right there,
Yeah.
right? So that would finish the Adam and Eve double bottom, and then your measured move would be, if we break it back above that daily 200-day moving average up to 0.04694. Again, doesn't mean it goes up there right away. This is a daily. This could take like 2 months to play out, guys. Just keep that in mind. It's the daily time frame. It's each candle is a 1 day, so this could take a very long time. Even just from here, like you could be looking at February before this even gets to the neckline. So keep that in mind. But look, it's looking like we looked at all these altcoins and we've kind of seen the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to see these double bottoms playing out and gearing up to something bullish, which is also kind of what Bitcoin feels like. Bitcoin took a key level today and is consolidating above it and feels like we're gearing up to something bigger. But every time we have big pumps, we have to come back and cool off, because if we don't, then we're going to come back down and it's over. Like, we need to consolidate. That's super healthy for the market. So I feel like good things are coming, and like I think February might be nice. I really do feel like February is going to be a good month, and that might be it. They might get one more nice rally in February, and then you're done for the income tax season in March.
You think it'll like? I mean, I kind of feel almost like it could just be a wild and crazy year, or like you said, we have maybe a good February, a lot of good things could happen there, and then it shuts down. You walk away, before May, and
Yeah. I again, I'm watching that right shoulder on that. Like, for everybody that's watching,
that's on the weekly, right?
I'll show you weekly and the monthly. You can see them very clearly in both. So let me just show you real quick. So let's go to the weekly. So the weekly here, you see a shoulder ahead, and if we pump up, we can make a shoulder. We can come back up to 113,000, and still, like, to be honest, to invalidate it, we got to get above. We got to get above here, the head, right? Because it's still a head and shoulder in my eyes until we get above there. But we're building towards something good, right? It's different, right? Or we could just be making a daily bear flag, right? We can still, or not daily, on the weekly, we could still be in a bear flag here that dumps us down. I believe we said it was like 57,000. Let's go back up here. Yeah, 58,000. So like, if this is a bear flag, this can take into February before it dumps,
and then hits that. That's right in line with the 200 where it is right now.
Exactly, and that's the weekly 200-day moving average, right? And we could just be in the top of this channel, like, and we may just come back down to the bottom of the channel and oscillate here a couple times. So
what have we seen? And this is, man, you got like my eyes open to this now. We have seen that every time these things spread out, it corrects itself, and then it goes to the opposite direction. So I feel like those things are nice and spread out.
So you're talking about that big trade, get the whole bull market in, and it's the same thing, dude. It's the same model. It's the weekly 21 crosses the 200. We have a huge move up, and then you come back and touch the 21. You entered there. You got you're in for the whole bull market. You're in green the entire time. And that's what I'm going to try and do in the bear market, is I'm going to try to catch that weekly when we get below the weekly and when we come back up again, like when we get to below the weekly, I'm probably going to be shorting it.
Yeah.
And when we get above the weekly, I'm going to be longing it, because it doesn't happen very often. It takes a while for that to happen, because the bull markets usually start. Let me look at a different chart, because this is a perpetual chart, BTC USD, and we'll look at it on the longer time frame. So if we go back to, let's go back to 2020, right? So not 2020, the last bear market. So 2022, we lost the weekly, and then we came, once we came back above it in a real way, like you could have got stopped out here.
Uh-huh.
And then, but again, if you got it, you could have got your trade in here. If you're watching this, you're shorting this. It made it inverted head and shoulders, right? On the weekly time frame. So you have your shoulder, your head, your shoulder here. You could have got in on that shoulder and ridden the entire bull market all the way up without getting liquidated, even on October 10th. So if you want to get those big trades in for the whole bull market, you got to be looking at the weekly. That's might be where you can catch the bottom of Bitcoin. If it happens like it did previously before, right?
History doesn't repeat, but it sure does rhyme, man. Especially with crypto.
Absolutely. And you'll see it in the charts. You'll see level, when you zoom out, you'll see levels that it hasn't been at a very long time. Usually indicates a pretty good buy.
Well, hell yeah, man. Hey, class is adjourned. Dude, no, honestly, like, jokes aside, dude, that was fantastic, man. I appreciate you walking through a lot of that stuff. There was some really good info tonight.
Hey,
really
no
enjoyed
problem,
going
man.
through a bunch of these
I love
charts.
doing it. It helps me. The more I talk about it, the better I get at talking about it. So it helps me learn it better, to be honest. Like, teaching for me has been like what helps me talk about and get my thoughts like in order when I'm doing it. So I appreciate you coming on with me, man. This is fun. I love this.
Yeah, dude, I love this show. This is like becoming one of my favorite things to do.
That's
Look
it.
at these
We're
charts,
gonna
and hopefully, pretty soon here we'll be able to get into some trades live if the conditions are right. That's saying today, like, if the conditions are right, you never know. Didn't really. I'm not looking to short right now, and it wasn't.
See, even this is helpful for us to like look at like where we think our entries could be, and now you make a little mental map, and now we're waiting for those potential trades to play out. We know we're waiting, where it's consolidating right now.
Right.
So at the end of consolidation, like, either you dump or you pump, right? So, but you'll see it in the charts where the key levels are, the moving averages, right? So I still think we're going to the upside. I think we're just cool. This is a cool off period, whether it be till next week, we cool off the rest of the week, and maybe in the weekend we start to come back up again, maybe Sunday. And then, Monday market opens, we come back down to fill in the gap, and then, we continue off from there.
Well, we'll be back. We'll be back next week, and we'll talk about it next Wednesday night. So we'll see how things go over the next week. But obviously we'll be back in the morning for the morning show. And do you have anything else that you're doing? What day's your
Podcast was yesterday, so Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. me and Mikhail do the adoption pod. And then Wednesday nights we're here, and then that's it for my live streams for the week. Tomorrow I'm gonna go nerd out, play Magic cards with my friends. So
nice.
That's my day. That's my me day to take care of myself and just get my my mentals in order.
There it is, man. It's so important, man. Take care of those mentals. All right, y'all. Make sure you smash the freaking like button on your way out of here.
All right, I appreciate everybody for coming by and in the chat and telling us